You're listening to the Beyond the Prophy podcast, where we help you out of career burnout so that you can reclaim your personal freedom while pursuing your passion. I'm your host, Jasmine Haley, entrepreneur, influencer, and educator that will help empower you with our interviews, strategies, and straight talks. If you're ready to push past your comfort zone to your greatness, you have found the right podcast. Stay tuned and listen in.
Hey, this is Jasmine, your host, Beyond the Prophy podcast. We're on location at the Hinman, and our guest is Jasmine Smith.
Hello.
She is the founder and CEO of Versa Billing Solutions. I said it right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was looking at you like, and she is based out of California, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. Please tell the listeners what exactly your business does and what problem you solve in our industry.
So we're a big problem solver for cash flow. So basically,
money.
Yeah, money. So we help the dentist. We kind of act as their, remote employee in the office, but remotely. And we log in just as if we were working there and fix all of their billing issues. So we send out claims, we send attachments with them, we post payments, we post adjustments correctly and accurately, and send appeals, and we also dive into the patient accounting aspect. So we set up separate phone lines for our clients to call patients, let patients call us, we'll explain their bill, and basically we want the dentist to get paid in the quickest amount of time as possible. So we keep on top of the insurance AR and, also keep on top of the patients too.
Wow.
So
how did you get into this?
I'm really numbers oriented, and so when I managed
somebody's got to be, it's not me.
Exactly. Well, yeah, someone has to do the dirty work, huh?
Right.
I managed offices, and I've been in dentistry for 10 years. I was actually destined by my parents to go to hygiene school. They said, Jasmine, go to hygiene school, we'll pay for your full, college tuition, and just do it.
What?
And I'm like, okay, guys, I'll do it. So graduated high school at 17, and so I graduated early to get a head start on my prerequisites. So I started school downtown Chicago, and
I didn't know you were raised there.
Yeah, I was raised in the suburbs
of Chicago.
Yeah,
but you're from Illinois.
Yeah, I'm from Illinois.
Wow. Okay, very cool.
And I did what most people in Illinois want to do: move to California. So.
You've got a sunny personality, so it fits.
Oh yeah, I never look back. So yeah, basically they said go to hygiene school. So I was deemed to be in dentistry. My mom, Ultradent over here. She was an executive with Ultradent. And
oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I grew up at trade shows and did all this stuff forever. So, yeah, dentistry, they said, be a hygienist. You could do whatever you want. You make your own hours. You get paid $100 an hour. Just
Did you hear what
me.
she said? Do whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, guys, that sounds good. I'll live the dream. No, but so, yeah, he was pushing me to go to a hygiene school. Well, realized while taking my prerequisites for the program, I'm not a science girl at all. And so I got through, biology and all of those classes, but when it came to like anatomy and physiology, they tried to make me remember all the bones of the body, and I'm like, no. See, I just want to learn like the face and stuff. Like I can't.
Forget about the rest of the body.
Yes, I'm not good with memorization. I'm good with numbers. I could do numbers. So my math classes were perfect, and so. Basically dropped out of trying to go to dental hygiene school, and then I said I like the business aspect, so I did business school instead, and then managed offices and worked here and there, worked for many specialties to kind of get them under my belt, and finally I got really sick. I got diagnosed with celiac disease.
Wow.
And so my symptoms have got worse since I grew up. And, finally it was like, what is going on? I'm losing hair. I'm losing a bunch of weight. Like, I'm constantly in pain. I was eating gluten. That was it.
Yeah.
And so I had to completely cut it out of my diet, but not fair to the dentist I was working for because I had to constantly call out. I was very sick. So needed something to do from home. And I said, hey, I like numbers. I like the billing aspect of it. Mm-hmm. I'd rather give my all to getting these claims paid. I'm such a fighter for stuff like that. And so I started this company and haven't looked back. I haven't been in an office as an employee for years.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Were you ever, like, nervous about it? About starting your own?
So nervous. And, yeah.
It's interesting. You know, we were just having a very thought-provoking conversation that I want to bring on to the podcast because...
Yes.
it wouldn't be mine if I'm not going to be real, okay, and talk about some of the hard things. So if I get any messages from you that are like, towards me, that's okay, because this is necessary. So we're going to talk about very briefly, some of the challenges or thought processes that come into owning a business or being in positions of leadership. For instance, you had explained that there was someone that you had met that talked about some of the difficulties of being a female dentist. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's just that layer. Okay? Yeah. We're not bringing in ethnicity, just her gender. A female dentist who has resorted to saying what when she meets people?
I work in a dental office.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they didn't take her seriously with being a dentist. Mm-hmm. And I know it's improved over time because we know that there's more female dentists that are graduating. Right. But to deal with that over time, that messes up your psyche.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That definitely affects you. And then we have to look into the aspects of not just being a female boss, but also being a Asian, a Hispanic, a white, black, or whatever whatever ethnicity you want to put in there, biracial, mm-hmm. you know? And it's very interesting where we're told sometimes the conversation may be, don't put your name, don't put your ethnic name mm-hmm. on a resume. Mm-hmm. Or don't put your face on certain things. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's a real conversation. It's why I've been hesitant. Actually, when you look at my card, I have my face on it.
Good for you.
That was a little scary thing to do. Yeah. And when you go to my page, my homepage, before it used to be a man in a white coat with really? A white man. Not just any man, a white man. We look nothing alike.
Yeah,
and a lab coat with a clipboard. Uh-huh. And that was like my front of my now it's me. Mm-hmm. That was not an easy decision to make. Do you think that many professionals that start a business or may be catering to a demographic that may not look like them, that we struggle with this decision?
I think so. Like you said, the psyche, it messes with you. If you've been, what's the word I want to say, persecuted, or you've been discriminated against your whole life, you probably don't want to shine that when you're trying to make a living for yourself or your family. And it messes with you, even though, you can have a successful business with your face on it, but sometimes people just don't want to put their face on it. And, I've dealt with that with, family being persecuted. Why am I using that word?
Discriminated. We know why you're using that word. Yeah. You're not even going to go there right now.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, they go through all the trials and tribulations. Okay, let me stop.
Oh, man, you got my belly hurting.
Yeah. When you go through that, it just, it kind of changes you and your mentality. So I had to break out of that, too. I hid behind my business. Oh, I'm one of the account managers. And, here I am, owner-operator, running the company, and I have to tell people I just work here. Yeah. And because I was scared of putting my face on it. Well, I saw people like you. That's why I was so starstruck meeting you today, because you
are so silly.
And idol to me, no. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But no, I really look up to you and other people
Jasmine.
in the field. And, I met Devon Banks last year.
Yeah,
and
she's amazing.
Shout out to D-Tech.
Yes.
Another billing company. And, I love the diversity that dentistry has to offer. And I think it's changing for the better. That people are actually putting their face on their product.
Yeah.
And it makes it so much better when it comes to, growing your business and being real about what you want and, what your business is like. And let's face it, I have a really good service I offer.
Yeah.
And if someone doesn't like me because of my skin color, I don't need them as a client.
Yeah, I think that was really powerful. Like, they're
Yeah.
not your tribe.
Yeah.
They're not going to be your community.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, although I may encounter things that may bring that up in the back of my head, because here's what people don't understand. When you grow up with a parent who has lived through Jim Crow laws, who has dealt with racism to the degree that she did during the time, the 60s, wasn't too long ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or you may have heard stories from your family. Historically, these are things that really did happen.
Yeah.
And they're real. And for someone that is of an ethnic background, you have that in the back of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
But what I have found to be very true, regardless of who I speak with, I have connected with so many amazing people in our industry that are just human.
Mm-hmm.
We're all of one thread,
Yeah.
right? And when we are coming from a place of love and connection, like true connection, those people are going to gravitate to you. I'm not getting the psycho people that I'm worried about,
Yeah.
I'm getting the people that are genuine, that are compassionate, and that's but the reality is real.
Mm-hmm.
These things do exist, and normally those psychotic people will stay in their psychotic spot.
Right.
Right. They may surface every once in a while, but they're not really going to stop
Right.
what it is that we're trying to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a mindset that you have to
Overcome, huh? Yeah.
I think so. Reality that exists, it does exist, and you will check it if it shows up.
Right.
It's not something that should hinder us.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see a ton of more people of color coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have you noticed a change?
Yeah. I mean, there's
In the last few years?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing. More people are sharing their voice.
Yes. More of the story. Show your face.
Show it anyway.
Yeah.
Show
it anyway.
Show it anyway. So I've got to ask the listeners this, because one of the things I am always complaining about, jokingly, is the fact that I'm a Jasmine without an E. And for the love of all good things, I'm tired of telling people, especially if I told you about 5-6 times and you still write my name with the E, we've got problems, okay? I may be petty if you ask me to do something. I may just say no. Because you can't spell my name right.
You can't spell it. It's right there.
What's life like being a Jasmine with an E?
Very hard.
I beg to differ.
Sometimes if I don't want the insurance companies to track my name back, I'll use Jasmine without an E. If I throw a Z in there.
She is not right. That's why they've been harassing me. You're like, yeah, I'm Jasmine Haley.
Yeah.
Man, my middle initial is with an E.
Uh-huh.
And my first name doesn't have an E. And I'm like, why did my mom do that? It's such a struggle. But listen, we got to keep this episode short. And I always ask a question. The reason why we're keeping it short is because we're going to get kicked out.
Yeah, they're everyone's packing up.
Everybody is packing up and wrapping up. And I've been literally here since 9 o'clock.
Oh, my goodness.
And I've been podcasting since 10. So it's been a long day. But I do want to ask a quick 2 questions.
Okay.
What would you give as far as like a tip or strategy for offices that want to strengthen their A&R department? What would you say is a good tip?
You should always have an accountability partner when you're doing it. We assign 2 account managers to each account at least, depending on how big it is. But you should always have someone with you, someone checking over your work, someone balancing things with you, and that just creates a better environment for your AR. You'll have better cash flow, and the risk of embezzlement, there's bad people everywhere. Dentists suffer from embezzlement. They're victims of it. But so you can't totally eliminate everything when it's done in the office.
Yeah.
But if an office were to handle their AR by themselves, have 2 people all the time doing it, or multiple people. Give everybody different tasks. So,
are you finding is embezzlement that that common?
Oh, it's a thing.
What?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Tell me.
So that's a whole nother podcast, right? But
you'll be back on. You'll be back on because we're friends.
Okay, yes. And we have to get dinner tonight.
Yes, yeah. Wow.
But yeah, it's a thing. And so when we're in there doing the billing and everything, we see things aren't adding up. You know, things are entered in incorrectly, and these poor dentists just, trust these people. They're really good employees, but they're doing some shady stuff because there's no checks and balances. One person is in control of everything, and they have access to the bank, and they have, maybe a corporate credit card or something that they're using. And, when they're doing accounts payable and accounts receivable, that raises my eyebrows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So we'll do a separate one, and we'll do a separate podcast, like what it is, like what to look out for. I don't know anything about that.
Well, I partnered. I didn't partner. I don't think we did a partnership yet. William Hiltz, I joined his Facebook group, Dental Fraud Busters. I think he just renamed it.
Yeah. Okay,
so I have
him
him
in that.
hooked up with one of my new clients that we signed on.
Okay.
So he's going in there, checking it, and, he's a fraud expert. So that's who I go to with my questions on that. But we can spot it a mile away. But he gets in there and tracks everything for us.
So isn't there some new connections that you've made with Versa Solutions? Like you just announced something really big. What's happening?
Yes. So we've partnered. We've been working on partnerships for the last year to benefit our clients. Some of our partners have created a special deal because they're a Versa Solutions client. So our clients have one up, on getting the technologies and, things that they need for their office. And basically it's all related to dental billing. We're partnered with Practice Quotient, and they raise your fees. And so, obviously we want the office to have good cash flow. So why not raise your fees too? Yeah. And then we're also partnered with LocalMed. Get your new patients in there. Make it easy for them. Stream HQ. Get the right team in place. That's important. Get your training done. Very, very important to run a successful practice. And countless others. And it's still growing. We still have some more that we need to add to the page. So I can't wait to unveil some more gems for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Last question.
Yeah.
What was the best career or professional advice you've been given?
That's loaded. Loaded. Oh, my goodness. I'd say always follow through. My grandpa just gave that advice to me. He lives in Vegas. We just visited him last month. And he appointed himself as, VP of sales for my company. So now I have to send him, business cards and T-shirts and stuff because he wants to do that. So that's fine, Grandpa. He says follow through because you want to be dependable and, you don't have to be this super successful, multi-million-dollar company, but you can be a dependable person, and it shows on your character. So I think he means just be a good person with your business. Sometimes it may not work in your favor, but at least you can just depend on that, and people can depend on you.
Yeah. I mean, that dependability is necessary for trust. And once you lose a person's trust, that's it for your business.
Yep.
I know that I haven't always made the best decisions. I'm starting to really realize that business is really all about relationship building. That's all. Even with the people that email me about CE courses or whatever, it's about a relationship.
Yes.
And how am I leaving them, when they are done talking with me? They don't care if I have 50 million things on my plate. When I answer that email or talk to them on the phone, I better be ready to give them what they deserve, which is the best.
Yes.
And that good follow-through. So for anyone that has been involved with me at the beginning stages of my business where I was a hot mess, thanks for sticking it out. Yeah.
I think I still am.
Or giving me a second chance and continuing to work with me and many other entrepreneurs who are just trying to figure it out. So, all right. So where can people contact you? Where can they find out more about your business?
So if you want to email me, my personal email is jsmith, Jasmine with an E, and Smith, at versasolutionsinc.com. You can go to my website, versasolutionsinc.com, and I freely give out my cell phone number as soon as we make that first connection. So email me, and we could just chat.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you for being on the show, Jasmine with an E.
Thank you. Jasmine with the less than one E.
It's a great conversation. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the show. We value each and every one of you. Dive in deeper by visiting the show notes for this episode or listening to more episodes on beyondtheprophy.com. If you found value in the show, share with a friend and leave us a review. We will see you next time, BTP family.